This American Institute of Healthcare Compliance video addresses basic information regarding HIPAA and HITECH rules regarding out-of-pocket transactions and your organization's compliance to this rule. The Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act and HIPAA Omnibus Final Rule of 2013 strengthened the right of an individual to restrict a physician's disclosure of protected health information to a health care plan. This means that in most cases, patients have the right to pay personally for health care fees and to direct a provider not to submit a claim to the patient's health plan. If certain conditions are met, the provider must honor the patient's request. To comply with the rule, the provider must have procedures and documents in place. To ensure compliance, the first step is to review your health plan contracts. If you have concerns about disparities between your provider agreements and the law, AIHC encourages you to contact your network liaisons to discuss this issue and consult with your risk attorney through your malpractice insurance company. It is a HIPAA violation to submit a claim to a health plan when the patient has directed otherwise and has paid 100% out of pocket. Remember, when a patient prefers not to disclose a particular condition to his or her health plan, they have the right not only to ask but to direct you not to submit information or a claim to the plan when the fee is paid in full and other conditions are met. Note that the unless otherwise required by law provision still allows healthcare providers to disclose PHI to health plans when directed by court orders and subpoenas. Since it was made clear in 2013 through HITECH and the Omnibus Final Rule, the government expects covered entities to have had in place procedures for receiving patient requests for restrictions, even if the covered entity generally has declined such requests. The only difference between these procedures and the requirements under the previous HIPAA rule is that in most cases the provider must honor a self-pay patient's request not to submit information and a claim to a health plan. Disclosures to Medicare for survey and payment purposes continue to be permitted, but Medicare beneficiaries will have a right to restrict disclosures if they elect not to file a claim with Medicare and pay for covered services out of pocket. Individuals must request additional restrictions and pay out of pocket if they wish to restrict the disclosure of information about follow-up care. Where a number of health services are bundled for billing purposes, the individual still has the right to pay privately for certain aspects of the services and direct the provider not to bill those services to the health plan. If your organization is unable to unbundle the services, then advise the patient to give them the opportunity to pay for the entire bundle of services. Providers operating in an HMO may have to provide services out of network in order to permit individuals to pay privately and obtain restrictions. There are rules to observe, such as the No Surprises Act, when your provider is out of network. Read the articles posted by AIHC on our blog regarding this topic. The right to restrict information to a health plan does not attach if the service is not paid in full. Create and make a restriction request form available to patients who have specific requests to restrict information. Using a form will ensure that your office gathers standard information from the patient and will document the patient's request for the file. The government has not provided a model restriction request form, so we encourage you to contact your risk attorney through your malpractice insurance company to obtain a form or advice regarding developing an appropriate form. Thank you for joining me today for the HIPAA compliance tip. Consider additional professional HIPAA training through our organization. We offer annual staff training, release of information training, and comprehensive privacy and security compliance officer programs. Visit our website for more information or call us